to give me a peep down below. Father, your faith is not to shut. You make you all your children have the way. You are the rock in the weary land. You are the one who shelter all your children, Lord. In the time of storm, this our blessed Lord. Remember them this morning. Father, remember that family this morning. Father, you know they had desire this our blessed Lord. My God and my King. Father, you know it all about them, this our blessed Lord. Where the weak strengthen them, Lord, and where the strong make them stronger. This our blessed Lord, my God and my King. I bring Mr. Andre before you this morning, blessed Lord, and I lift him up to you. Remember that son, if thou be so pleased. Pass by the whom you learn unto him, the offspring of his body. Wheresoever they look at, guide them and protect them. Do for them what they cannot do for themselves. My God and my King. This morning, blessed Lord, remember that radio station, Lord. I bring it before you and I lift it up to you. Pass by it if thou be so pleased. Super it this morning, blessed Lord. Remember the four corner and the bungling center, even the chapel and the door, the entire of the gap. The surrounding of the yard, I bring it before you. I bring all the staff before you this morning, blessed Lord. Each and every one of them. Those are traveling with both acts for traveling mercy for them. My God and my Redeemer this morning, blessed Lord. I cannot name them one by one, but Master, you are acquainted to all your children. They are your sheep in the pasture. Remember my cousin this morning, blessed Lord. For I pass by every home this hour, Lord. Pass by the hospital, the sick and afflicted one, and even those that cannot help themselves. The operation table this hour, Lord. Those in the maternity ward, those that are ready to give birth this hour, Lord. I have to first save deliverance for each and every one this hour, Lord. My village and my people this hour, Master. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in the green pasture. He leadeth me beside still water, restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley, through the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Thou hast made thy rod and thy staff to comfort me. Thou prepare my table before me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anointest my head with all my cup and over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen and amen.
Amen and good morning.
Good morning, and how is you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Well, I'm okay for the time.
That is great. Wonderful news.
Yes. You know somebody I do here in I used to always hear them calling
Who's that?
Miss Jacob. I say, I don't know if she's sick.
No, man. She's there. She told me. She called one time and not too long ago, but
Okay.
she's there.
Okay.
She's there.
Because I was always just she calling Mr. Pierre. And I was about 2 weeks now I don't hear, so
No,
I don't
man.
know.
Jacob there, man. She good.
Okay.
She good. The day I had, remember last week, was it Friday morning when I spoke to Ambassador Smith?
Yes.
I could tell you that time that she reached out. Not to me on air, but she did reach out.
Okay.
She's okay.
Okay.
All right, then. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Have a wonderful one now. Good.
Yes, same to you.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Andrew Donald, 10 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Yeah, the guy, he popped in again. Uninvited? I dare say, yes. Good morning, Carl Caton. How are you doing?
I'm good. Morning, Dre. Morning to the listeners.
Vanessa Lalji, you're the first one checking in this morning. Nice to have you, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, as soon as you check in, let everybody know that you're on and what you're listening to, what you're viewing. Yeah? So share it. Share it on Facebook. Share it on YouTube. Just share it. That's the important thing, Vanessa. You have to share it. If you don't share it, that means you're failing yourself and you're failing us. All right? So share it. Yeah, Kenneth Joseph, good morning to you. Share it. That's all we ask of you. Listen and share. Or share first and then listen. Right? Well, yeah, Ann, if you're in share, we ain't talking to you. You know that? And you won't like that. So, Ann, you better start a share. You're supposed to start a share like if it's Saraka. Right, God? Oh. Morning, Junior Victor. Junior Victor, where are you from? Yo, I saw... I need to show you something. I need to show you this. You need to see this. This is so very important that you just need to see it. Is somebody trying to reach us? Maybe Drums? Good morning, Drums.
Good morning to
Hey.
you, Donna.
How you doing, dear heart?
I'm good.
Tell me.
A reading from the Word of God written in Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night unto night reveals knowledge. There is no speech nor language, where their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world, the word of the Lord.
Thank you very much. And how are you today?
I'm good.
How's mom?
Okay.
Is she there right there?
No, not right.
But she did.
It's close.
What?
She's close.
She's close. Okay.
Good morning.
Morning, love. How you do?
I'm good.
All right. You know I can't do without hearing your voice, and I must hear your voice.
I know that.
Yeah. So everything cool?
Every time
Have
I
an-
get some nice showers.
Oh, you're getting some showers. All right. Showers are a blessing.
That's good, yes. Mm-hmm.
Take care now.
You too, have a nice day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, have a blessing.
You too. 12 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Carl Keaton have something for you. Look, here you go. And hold on. Don't turn it around. Don't turn it around. You don't understand why? Don't turn it around. And when you turn it around, I want you to give whatever reaction. Whatever reaction, make it a reaction that people hear. And hold on. Let me just get this thing going here.
What?
Yeah, you can't turn it around. Let me get something going here. So we'll have that reaction we will have on record. We have to, don't turn it around now. And right, so your reaction, I want. Turn it around.
All right. I see you.
You see me?
No. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh,
Right? So that was an honest reaction, right?
yeah, man. If anything, I entered police training school in 1992. The last day in November. And that gentleman was in the force before, but he had some issues. So he came back in 93.
Oh yeah, I remember the issues.
Yeah, he came back in
We
training.
used to be hanging a lot at that
Yeah,
time.
he came back in training school in 93. And he took me under his wings then because he was more experienced in policing. So me and him, we grew real close. Up until today, we good, but when he told me this thing, I know he's a guy like we go a conversation, he might tell me something, and then maybe a few days he might come and say, by joke are they making? But he told me about that, and when he told me that in the presence of some people you know, I asked him why. And he was, so I took it not to be serious, honestly. I didn't say he lying to me, but he always, so now you see that, I want to tell you, is that what?
Good morning. Hello? Good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, yes?
How do you do, sir?
Your voice is rather low and I don't know why.
Okay, I'll shout. You hear me better now?
Not that I'm hearing, well, better, but I don't know, something's wrong with your phone.
Yeah, probably something's wrong with the phone.
Who's that, Stan?
Yes, it's me.
What? Something's wrong with the phone, Stan. You're really, really low.
I don't know. Let me try. Let me call back.
Yeah, call back. Do that. So, okay, what Carl been laughing at? You probably wondering, what the hell is he laughing? David Francis is the GULP candidate for the constituency of St. Mark.
David Michael Francis.
Is it Michael or Matthew?
Michael, I think. Matthew, yeah.
Yeah. Is the candidate for the GULP.
Jenny Francis.
Jenny,
You on?
Jenny, good morning. Jenny must be on. Junior Victor. Oh, you're in Grand Mall. Good morning, Junior. Yeah. This is amazing, right, Carl?
Yeah.
Good morning, Zingo. Yeah. Zingo, you know Fudge, right? You must know Fudge. Yeah, Zingo, the guy is the guy. The guy is the candidate. You know what he said?
Oh.
He said that he ain't really... He's going to have a challenge to win. But he wants to get more votes than the other guy for the NDC.
Okay.
And then he says there are certain amount of people who supposed to vote for him.
Yeah.
And he go, no. If they don't vote for him, can you go watch them? And they won't be able to watch him. And then he go do so and know who his friend. Natasha, good morning. How you doing? That's Carlisle. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can make it better now?
Do you want me to call you on your cell phone or something?
Well, I'm calling from my house phone.
Yeah. Do you want me to call you on your cell phone?
No, I could call it from my cell phone.
Yeah, call from the cell phone because the house phone is exceedingly low, brother.
Okay.
Right, great. Okay. You still laughing, Carl?
Yeah, because I'm a boy.
So you're going to help him campaign?
Now we have to agree to disagree on this campaign. But I wish him all the best.
I know one thing.
Yeah.
I believe I know one thing. He ain't voted for himself.
I wonder if I should have said that on air.
I say it already. I am sure he ain't voted for himself.
No, he might vote for himself, man. He's a proud individual. You know?
Well, look at it this way. He has ensured that his name will be written in the annals of the history of Grenada.
Yes.
Yeah, so hey, by all means, bro, go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
But one question, though.
What? Which is?
From the time he indicated that to me, one question occupied my mind.
And that is?
What would Ingrid have said?
She would have supported him. Hold on. Hold the thought. Good morning.
Yes, is it better now?
100% better.
Okay, good morning, and Carl, good morning.
Morning.
Well, I have an application before me to be the campaign manager of my good friend, so I'm considering the application.
So, but Carl asked a very important question. You know the family, right? And you will know Ingrid really good.
Right.
What would Ingrid have done?
If I could have imitated her voice, I'd have said exactly what she'd have told me. But she would not have been pleased.
You don't think she'd have been pleased?
No, she would not have been pleased.
I tell you what, though, I differ. That's her little brother, and if I know her very well, whether she was pleased or not, she was going to support her brother.
Well, yes, that's a difference. I mean,
she was going to support her brother, and she would more than likely would have voted for her brother.
And bad for she brother.
Yeah.
I hear Ingrid now in my head, Ingrid voice. Damn me, brother.
Yeah, damn me, brother. What was that I want to do?
Damn me, brother.
And she throwing up she
Well, who is the political leader of the party?
Mr. Prudhomme.
You sure about that?
Well, based on the website.
Okay.
I'm going based on the website, based on what the website is saying. Mr. Prudhomme.
Okay. Well, that's my classmate. So I told Father that his political leader was my classmate. 5 years we on the same class. So I know him well. Well, at the time, since travel, we have not been in touch so much. Anyway, what I really called to ask a question, Andre. I posted on my page. I hope I get answers to. Okay, let me ask a question. Who is qualified to do a national address?
Who's qualified to do what?
A national address. And is there a difference between a paid political statement and a national address? No, somewhere in my head, a national address is not a political address. It's an address to the nation on matters pertaining to and touching and concerning national issues.
Okay.
Right? Not necessarily political issues. It may, one might stream into the other. But in the back of my mind, the persons who are qualified to do that are leaders of a country, not political leaders. I'm talking about individuals who are managing the day-to-day affairs of the people and would like to either bring to light some things that affecting us or will affect us. I'm asking this question again, and I don't want anybody to feel I'm bashing anybody, but these are things that we need to get right. I don't know if there's ever been a case in the history of a country where a political leader have made a national address. I don't know. Maybe there were cases in the past. And the other question I'm asking, can any political leader make a national address? And again, I'm saying there has to be a difference between a paid political statement and a national address. The very word national, it brings across in my mind some issue or some relevance with regard to current state issues. When the President of the United States addresses the nation, they don't call it national address, but they call it State of the Nation address.
State of the Union address.
State of the Union address. That cannot be done by the leader of the Republican Party. It has to be done by the President of the United States. So I just called to get clarification on this.
Okay, but before I do any clarification, I must state that based on the flyer that I see circulating, I see two flyers circulating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one has to do with the Congress, and the other one has to do with a Washington man from another party.
What he's doing a national address too?
His flyer says national address. However, the one for Deacon Mitchell, it says address to the nation. Now, a national address, an address to the nation, there's a difference.
What's the difference?
The difference is simply what it is. A national address can only be done, in my opinion, I don't know all about the etiquette and everything like that, but I would want to believe that the people who can do national addresses would be the Governor General, the Prime Minister, and maybe the leader of the opposition. That's how I'm seeing it.
I think the commissioner may fall later.
It's possible that the commissioner of police can fall under that, yeah.
Because you see, all the people you call they are creatures of statute.
Mm-hmm.
The Constitution, the Constitution create them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. However,
does the Constitution create leader of a political?
No, it doesn't. The Constitution does not recognize a political party. So my thing is here, Stan. I see a lot of comments on the Facebook and bombarding here and there and wherever, and especially by members of the New National Party, and what exactly you guys are doing is you guys are doing exactly what the Congress wants you to do.
You have to get forward.
No, I'm just, listen to me very carefully. You guys are doing exactly what the Congress wants you to do, which is help them to promote this. Because they did not say anything about a national address. They say that Deacon Mitchell, who is the leader of the National Democratic Congress, an address to the nation. And I think that they were very careful and they're very tactful in this. They have caused everybody to go into a tailspin trying to figure out, is this a national address? Are you supposed to? No. Leave it alone. Let fall flat. Just leave
Well,
it. Do so,
okay.
and just leave it alone.
I hear you. I hear you.
Just
But,
leave it. Somebody put up something that back in 2012, Keith Mitchell made the caption said, leader of the opposition makes national address. That is the caption as developed by the story writer.
Yeah, but
The news item, that item, the person wrote that caption, which was wrong.
But if he's a creature,
Well, okay, sorry. Which was not wrong, because my thing is, the as Carl said, all the creatures of the Constitution, leader of the opposition, prime minister, governor general, police commissioner, they can make it. So
okay, I
just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
I'm not, Andre. I called not to make an issue. I don't. I just wanted some clarification because.
I'm not too sure that I'm correct in terms of the
I'm hoping that somebody who knows about this thing will be able to clarify.
Yeah, let me go and do the weather because I've got another interview coming at 7:45 and I want you to listen to that one. It's gonna be neat. Great.
Okay,
91.9 Real FM. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Stay with us. Weather, that's next.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's real. Good morning, Fimber Frank. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. And you?
I'm okay, my brother. Tell me.
Okay, so it's a cloudy and rainy morning across most of the state, and across the southernmost part of the state, winds are calm. Pressure lower than the mean. It's rising 11.1 millibars. Present temperature 24.8 degrees. Average 97%. Maximum temperature here within the last day only got up to 28.5. Minimum temperature last night 24.3. Please note all temperatures are in degrees Celsius. In terms of rain here within the last day, we had 16.2 millimeters of rain. Hence for the month so far, total goes up to 41.5. But that's only for the airport. Now let's take a look at the forecast followed for the day and the nighttime. The weather expected to be cloudy to overcast with rain, some of which will be heavy, and a medium chance of some thunder showers. Please note, there's a warning for low chance of flooding, mainly during the nighttime. Maximum temperature for the day should get up to near 29 degrees. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, but gusting higher with showers, especially the heavy spells. Waves should get up to near 7 feet, and seas will be moderate. So if you're going into the sea and you have a small craft, please take note, there is a warning for you. Keep in mind, you could meet waves up to 7 feet. Tides are low now, should be high this afternoon, just about 1:45, and then low again this evening at 7:15. Sunset, 6:21, sunrise on Thursday, 5:50. Just to recap the forecast for the day and the nighttime, the weather expected to be cloudy to overcast with rain, some of which will be heavy, and a medium chance of thunder showers. Now, keep in mind, there's a warning for low chance of flooding, mainly during the nighttime, and also a warning for those of you who have small crafts and going into the sea. So, please take note, play it safe for the next day. That's it from the Met Office. I'm from my Frank.
Thank you very much, Fimber. Have a wonderful day, my brother.
Thank you.
Great. Take care. This is real. This is 91.9 on your dial. Stay with us, friends. We'll be right back.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfectant Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at here, basically a whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
I just leave me alone, eh? Don't ask me any questions pertaining to that thing. All right, okay. What?
I don't know.
You putting on your Cheshire Cat smile again?
No, that smile synonymous with me, so. Yeah.
What?
See, yeah, morning, Anne, Harvey. Lena Breezan, how you doing? Are you listening this morning?
Who's that?
Lena Breezan.
Who's Lena?
A friend of mine in New York.
Okay.
Castro. Castro is my brethren from outer Union Island.
Castro?
Yeah.
Fidel?
Yeah. So what's good on you now?
I want to speak to the Prime Minister.
Really?
Yeah, that is what is good. I want to speak to him. What do you think? I should speak to him one of these days?
Yes, you should.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you have 2 minutes because I have a lot of things doing this morning.
Okay, let me see if I could do it in 2
Quickly,
minutes.
yes.
Now, what you all was talking about is a little bit of confusing, not strictly understanding for people.
What?
That in terms of the address.
You could say what you want, but I'm not going to comment. I'm just letting you know. I'm not going to comment.
I just heard on the GBN, the gentleman said the leader of the opposition would be addressing the nation. And then when I don't know if he realized that he made a mistake, but then he come back and said the leader of the National Democratic Congress. But on the screen, it's showing you an address to the nation. So this thing seems to be somewhat technical, and I think the right persons should be explaining this thing to us. So we need some explanation on those subjects.
All right, good.
Right?
Good. Next. That's it?
Yes.
Okay, have a nice day. Good. What are you looking at me for?
No, based on ignorance of something is not an excuse to do.
Your mic could get cut off, eh? Yeah, I say I'm discussing it.
Well, your mic is yours. You know discussing, but I don't mean you have to set the template for me not to speak on it.
Do you know Chedi Ventu?
No.
Somebody says Martin Carl. This Martin Ventu like to get in touch with you. I am in Grenada. Do you know that person? Martin Ventu. Oh.
Oh, I know Ventu, man.
You know who it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Morning, Sheldon. Sheldon, we have a set of people who just not understanding this thing. Don't leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't ask. You're really and truly pushing it to ask me a question at this particular point in time. Oh, by the way, friends, did I say to you that I am Carl? They haven't seen us for the morning, you know. I'll let them see you.
I want them to see you, man.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, man, no. I want them to see you, Carl.
Why me? Why Milo?
Ah, there is Carl. The only thing I don't like where you put your glasses down there on your tip of your nose. You look like Miss Moffat. Sorry, I don't mean no disrespect. It's just that's how you look. That's the look.
It's not how you mean it, it's how I take it.
Oh, you take it? Well, take it as an insult?
I take it as camaraderie. I take it to mean when your turn come around, let me see how you go take it.
Threatening now?
Nope. Just an advice I'm giving.
Okay. So, friends, I have an interview with the Chinese this morning. For not very long, just maybe about 20 minutes, if all that. Ambassador Wei will be speaking to him. And a couple of questions. Maybe I ask him a question about the Ukraine war. Do you think I should, Carl?
Yes.
Yeah. And we just about celebrating about 17 years, Carl?
Yeah.
Carl, of the union, the camaraderie, the resumption of diplomatic relations with the Chinese, just about celebrating that. So it's a good thing to speak to him. Was he at the function last night? I didn't get a look at it. Was he at the function?
I think I saw him there.
You saw him there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you like my shirt?
Yeah, man.
I like it too. That's why I put it on. I see you looking at it. It can't fit you. Do you understand? You like the color?
You had to go there.
Well, I wear longer shirts than you, so it's going to fit you.
You must go there?
No, I wear longer shirts than you. It can't fit you. It will just cover all your fingers. My arms are longer than yours. How is it going to fit you?
He has something they call adjustment.
So you call this live and join?
He have something they call adjustment.
Oh, yo. Hey, the Prime Minister, before we go to this chit-chat today with the Chinese, the Prime Minister was blazing last night. Bobby Condas and Jabba, those in New York who used to listen to radio back in the late 90s into the 2000s, mid-90s. I don't even know if 97.5, Bobby Condas and Jabba, they had blazing hip-hop and R&B. He was blazing last evening. I've never heard my Prime Minister like that in a long, long time.
And he went long.
Yeah, he spoke for about 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yo!
That could be one of his longest addresses.
Could be. Man, the guy was hot. But we're going to deal with the Chinese, Carl, and then we'll come back to how blazing Dr. Keith Mitchell was. Stay with us, my friends.
Where you go when you're walking, you got to be careful. What you say when you're talking, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, careful.
This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Remember, I promised you, my friends, that I'll be speaking to the Chinese ambassador this morning for a couple of minutes because we have not spoken in quite a while. Yeah, well, let me let you know that this year marks the 17th anniversary of the resumption of diplomatic relations between China and Grenada. So it is really, really important that I speak to the Chinese ambassador, Ambassador Wei, this morning. Let's say good morning to him. Good morning, Ambassador. How are you?
Good morning, Miss Donald. I'm okay. And how are you?
I am fine. Hearing your
Yeah.
voice this morning, I am fine.
Yeah, so happy to hear your voice.
Yeah.
And good morning to you all.
Thank you so very much. Well, I know you're very busy when the day comes, so I'm not going to keep you for very long. So my first question to you this morning, Ambassador,
yes,
as I introduced and said, this is the 17th anniversary of the resumption of diplomatic relations between China and Grenada.
Yes.
As the Chinese ambassador to Grenada, what is your comment on our bilateral relations at this time?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Donald, for giving me this opportunity to share information with you on the bilateral relations and cooperation between China and this beautiful tri-island country, Grenada. And also, of course, on other interesting topics. As you know, on January 20th, 2005, Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the Grenadian government made a decisive option to restore diplomatic ties with the People's Republic of China. And since then, the two countries have faithfully applied the principles of equality, mutual respect, and win-win cooperation in strengthening bilateral relations. As the sixth Chinese ambassador to Grenada since 2005, I'm pleased to see that the China-Grenada relationship has steadily grown over the years. And with our political mutual trust deepened, our practical cooperation yielding fruitful results in various fields such as infrastructure, housing, agriculture, education, human resource training, capacity building, health care, sports, law enforcement, and our two people's friendship consolidated. And the two countries also enjoy good partnership and close coordination on regional and international affairs, and to safeguard our common interests. And in particular, my friends, and new achievement has also been made in our practical cooperation over the last several months. I'd like to mention as follows. For example, on 29th of last month, now I handed over the China-aided low-income housing project phase 2 of 647 house units to Grenadian government. And you know that this was the phase 2, and the phase 1 project of 353 house units had been completed some years ago. And I'm proud to say that this 1,000 house units project is a great gift from the government and people of China. And also last week on April 19th, I handed over a batch of vaccines donated by China to Grenada. And besides these vaccines, I would also like to mention that since the outbreak of the COVID-19, China has donated 8 batches of medical supplies to help Grenada in the fight against the virus, including masks, PPEs, antigen test kits, and also medical equipment. Yes, I think. And also, my friend, I'd like to touch on agricultural sector.
Okay.
You know, our two countries have implemented 7 consecutive phases of agricultural technical cooperation project. You know that I have just signed the exchange of letters for the implementation of phase 8 cooperation with Honorable Peter David Dimitri, Minister for Agriculture of Grenada. Now I think I'm a 8-member team of agriculture experts will arrive soon. to commence this phase 8 cooperation. I think this is very important because agriculture will play a bigger role in the background of the COVID-19. And also, many people also are concerned about the upgrade project of the Mauritius Bishop International Airport.
Yes.
I can tell you that the bypass road, the construction is undergoing now, and the overlay of the runway, also in the work of other new facilities like emergency office center, like boarding corridors, will start very soon. I'm sure that when completed, this project will upgrade the civil aviation infrastructure of Grenada. And of course, it boosts Grenada's tourism industry and also, of course, economic development.
Ambassador, you spoke just now about vaccines donated to Grenada. Well, of course, let me thank you so very much for that. Thank you and your country, China, for that. And you have been donating, meaning China has been donating supplies, as you indicated, ever since the outbreak of COVID. Can you share any more information in relation to vaccine, and will your country continue to bring more vaccines into Grenada, because we'll never have enough?
Yes, my friend. Yes. Now, we all know that the COVID-19 pandemic has ravaged the world for more than 2 years, and has caused severe negative impacts on socio-economic development globally. And people around the world have suffered a lot. And China and Grenada have stood together, support each other since the outbreak of the pandemic. The COVID-19 vaccine donated by China is made by Sinopharm. Now the storage temperature of this vaccine is 2 to 8 degrees centigrade, and its shelf life is 24 months. So if this it will last till next December. So it is suitable for healthy people above 3 years old.
Yes.
This is called inactivated vaccine, Velocel, and it's composed of a novel coronavirus strain after Velocel culture, inactivation and purification and adjuvant absorption. And after vaccinated with this vaccine, the body can produce an immune response and used to prevent the virus and pneumonia. The safety evaluation in accordance with international guidelines has been carried out for the vaccine. And I think the results show that the vaccine is safe and very effective with controllable quality. And it also has good effectiveness against the variants. The European Union officially issued the GMP certificate for it, and the WHO also issued emergency use listing to this vaccine on May 7 last year.
Good.
Yes.
Ambassador, you just spoke about the European community, and I'd like to ask you a bit here about Europe's security, because we keep hearing about security hotspots flaring up here and there, and the European security, their issues receive worldwide attention. I recently heard your president propose what one would call a global security initiative. Could you explain the significance of this initiative?
You mean the
global security initiative that has been proposed by your president?
Yes. I think you touched on the security on the. I mean, that's the regional security hotspots and can keep flaring up, and there's very concern the security.
Yeah.
With growing, stress posed by, I think, that's unilateralism and hegemony, power politics, and also bloc confrontation. I think it threats increasing deficit in peace, security, trust, and governance, and mankind is facing more and more intractable problems and security threats. I think we need to work more closely together to maintain peace and stability in the world.
Yeah.
So on the morning of April 21st, Chinese President Xi Jinping did via video link a keynote speech titled "Rising to Challenges and Building a Brighter Future Through Cooperation" at the opening ceremony of the Boao Forum for Asia Annual Conference 2022 held in Boao in China. So in which he proposed a global security initiative and stressing that humanity is a community with a shared future, where all people rise and fall together. And I think also all countries need to stay confident and united and build a brighter future through cooperation. This global security initiative champions the commitment in 6 areas that I can say as follows.
Yeah.
First, stay committed to the vision of common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security, and work together to maintain world peace and security. Number 2, stay committed to respecting the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all countries. We think these are very important, and uphold non-interference in internal affairs, and respect the independent choices of development paths and social systems made by people in different countries. And third, stay committed to abiding by the purposes and principles of the UN Charter.
Mm-hmm.
Reject the Cold War mentality. The Cold War was over many years ago. Now the Cold War mentality is still going. So oppose unilateralism. To say no to group politics and bloc confrontation. And number 4, stay committed to taking the legitimate security concerns of all countries serious and uphold the principle of indivisible security, build a balanced and effective and sustainable security architecture, and oppose the pursuit of one's own security at the cost of other security. And then the 5th, they committed to peacefully resolving differences and disputes between countries through dialogue and consultation, and support all efforts conducive to the peaceful settlement of crisis, and also reject double standards. There are a lot of double standards in the world now imposed by certain countries.
Yes.
And oppose the wanton use of unilateral sanctions. Sanctions so nothing, and long-term jurisdiction. And last one, the 6th one, is stay committed to maintaining security in both traditional and non-traditional domains, and also work together on regional disputes and global challenges such as terrorism, climate change, also cyber security and biosecurity. Yeah.
Right.
So these are the 6 points that put forward by our President Xi Jinping last week.
Right.
My friend, over the years, China has put forward some proposal like a community with a shared future for mankind, and the I think the Belt and Road Initiative, which put emphasis on the infrastructure construction, and the Global Development Initiative, which focus on the sustainable development of the 2030 UN sustainable goal, and now the Global Security Initiative. This is another global public goods offered by China, and a vivid illustration of the vision of a community with a shared future for mankind in the security field.
Yes.
So it seems that the humanity are living in an indivisible security community. So this is set out the core concept, the fundamental guidelines, the important principles, long-term goals, and feasible approach of holding and achieving global security. It's very important, I think.
While we speak here about global security, Ambassador, let's touch a bit on the Ukraine issue. It has led to what one considers to be a large-scale humanitarian and refugee crisis, and it has disrupted the global economic system. China, however, is under pressure to roll. Could you share with us what is China's position?
Well, yes. It's true that all the world pays great attention to the Ukraine issue, or in other words, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And let's say that China's position on the Ukraine issue is very clear and consistent. And China always stands on the side of peace and draws its conclusion independently, based on the merits of each matter. We call for upholding international law and universally recognized norms governing international relations, acts in accordance with the purposes and principles of UN Charter, and advocate the vision of we call it common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable security. Our President Xi Jinping has held many phone conversations with leaders of various countries or international organizations, and comprehensively expounding on China's principled position on the Ukraine issue and how to settle it under the current circumstances. The China position could be summed up on four major points as follows. I can say here. First, the promoting peace talks. This is very important. The peace talks are the only viable way to prevent an escalation of tensions. The international community should keep creating favorable conditions and environment for the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, and make room for political settlement rather than add fuel to the fire and heighten tension. Some countries is sending a lot of ammunition, weapons to Ukraine. Second, forcing a lasting peace in Europe and Eurasia continent. And the root cause of the Ukrainian crisis is the regional security tensions in Europe that have built up over the years. And fundamental solution is to accommodate the legitimate security concerns of all relevant parties. So in this day and age, and global and regional security, frameworks should no longer be built with a Cold War mentality. I can mention every time, Cold War mentality.
Yeah.
So China supports Europe, Russia, and the US and NATO in holding the dialogue to face up to the tensions that we build up over the years and find solutions, and so as to build a balanced, effective, and sustainable security framework in Europe. The third one is preventing regional conflict from multiplying. The Ukraine crisis must be handled properly. So I think one should not take the wrong medicine or focus on just one aspect of the issue and without regard to the rest, or hold the entire world hostage. Still less may ordinary people around the world suffer as a result. So the more critical the situation, the greater the need to stay level-headed. The current global economic, the current global economic configuration is the result of long-standing efforts by all countries. It's an integral whole, and parties should cherish this outcome and must not let the global economic system be disrupted at a view. And still, let's allow attempts to politicize or weaponize the world economy as a tool to serve one's own agenda.
Okay.
As much such attempts will trigger serious crisis in global finance, trade, energy. Energy supply is going up, technology, food supply, industry, and supply chain. Also, the fourth one is preventing a humanitarian crisis on a bigger scale. As mentioned, the humanitarian crisis is severe. To this end, China has put forward a 6-point initiative on the humanitarian situation in Ukraine, providing multiple batches of emergency humanitarian assistance to Ukraine. We are providing humanitarian assistance to Ukraine rather than weapons or ammunition, and sent supplies to Europe countries receiving large numbers of refugees. So this is the fourth point of China's position on Ukraine issue. Is
Ambassador, we are aware that Western democracy and Chinese democracy differ in some ways. However, I recently heard a phrase which says "whole process people's democracy." Well, can you explain that?
Okay, this whole process people democracy. Yes, I think democracy is a common value of humanity, and it always attracts the people's concern worldwide. Our perspective is that there's no single model of democracy. It presents itself in a variety of ways. Also, in this regard, I would like to share my views on China's whole process people's democracy. So, as to help my Canadian friends and the audience better understand China's democratic system. The most fundamental requirement for democracy is whether people have the right to actively participate in national governance and whether people's demands can be addressed and met. Whole process people's democracy in China is not about formality, but democracy that really makes people happy and benefits people's livelihoods. People in China participate in the management of state affairs, and social affairs, and of course, economic and cultural affairs. And they provide opinions and decisions for design of national development plans at the highest level, as well as contribute to the governance of local public affairs. And they participate in democratic elections, consultation, decision making, and management and oversight. And China has ensured that its people, we have 1.4 billion people, its people have channels such as the People's Congress and the China People's Political Consultative Conference. And through this platform, they like social organizations and the internet also to express their aspirations, wishes, and also demands on issues ranging from important national strategies and policies to social governance and basic necessities of life. So enabling their voices to be heard and their requests to be answered. So whether I think in my way whether a model of democracy works should be tested in actual practice and judged by the people. According to the survey, namely Chinese public opinion through time released by Harvard University, the Chinese government enjoys the highest rate of satisfaction in the past 2 decades. And the Chinese people's overall satisfaction towards the central government of China exceeds 93%. This is truly a reflection of the strong vitality of Chinese democracy.
Yes.
So 1.4 billion Chinese people support this democracy system, this whole process people's democracy. But China will never try to impose its own model on other countries. This fits our system.
Correct.
Maybe not fit another country, so we will not impose our idea on others. This is our system. So, my friend, there's no one size fits all.
No one size fits all. That's correct. My final question for you this morning, Ambassador.
Thank you.
We noticed that some countries always raise concern. They raise their eyebrows about Chinese human rights condition. What do you say to that?
Yeah, this is also interesting and very funny, and also I know a lot of concern. Yeah, I tried to share with you some views on this. You know, we can also ask who has the final say on a country human rights situation, just like what I just talked about the democracy. No, so I think the only answer is the people of a country. So I think for us, 1.4 billion Chinese people is a happy life for all these people. It's the biggest human right. You know. No, China attaches great importance to the promoting and protecting human rights. You know, it is essential to put the people front and center, and deliver more benefits of national governance development to all people more fairly, and making sure that no one is left behind. This is our philosophy. No one should be left behind. So the history of 100 years of the Communist Party of China has been a journey of fighting for and respecting, protecting, and developing human rights. Now, we made it possible for our more than 1.4 billion people to shake off poverty, abject poverty, last year, and lead a decent and comfortable life. The present average life expectancy of Chinese rose to now is 77 years old, from just 35 years in 1949, when the People's Republic of China was founded. And more than 1.3 billion Chinese people have access to basic medical insurance. So China is rated among the 10 fast-track countries of women's and children's health by WHO, and has put in place the largest system of education, social insurance, medical care, and institutions of democracy at the community level. These are the best illustration of the great achievements of China's human rights development. But unfortunately, my friend, some individual countries have been seeking to attack smear China under the guise of human rights, making and spreading disinformation rumors. These countries actually use human rights issues as tools to practice blatant political manipulation. Their purpose is to deflect people's attention from their own poor record of human rights.
Okay.
By thinking about in China, look at some country there. How about the Indian people, indigenous people? Where are they now? So the kid, many of them were kids. So in an attempt to deceive people at home and in the world. So take China, Xinjiang. Xinjiang is a province, one of the provinces in northwestern China. So I must point out that over the past 6 decades and more, the Xinjiang region's economic output has expanded by 160 times, and per capita GDP by 30 times. The rural population there, that's a minority, the rural population there has surged from 2.2 million to allow 12 million for the past 6 years, with a life expectancy across Xinjiang rising from 30 years to 74.7 years. So in Xinjiang region, there's a mosque for every 530 Muslims.
Yes.
A rate higher than any Western or Muslim country. So the claims of a so-called genocide in Xinjiang, forced labor in Xinjiang, religious abolition, human rights violation in Xinjiang, sheer rise, rumors. So Xinjiang's door is open, and we welcome people from all over the world to harbor no bias to come to Xinjiang for visit and exchange. And the latest news that the chairman of the Human Rights Commission of the UN, I think will visit Xinjiang. In the near future. Yes. So we welcome the dialogue, the consultation on this issue, but not attacks, smears, or disinformation rumors against China.
Yes.
So no, last there's no one, no, my friend, no one can claim that to be perfect in human rights and protection.
Correct.
There's always room for improvement, even in China.
Mhm.
So China is ready to engage in human rights exchanges in cooperation with all countries, international organizations, so even NGO, I think, on the basis of equality and mutual respect. Here is we do not accept self-styled lecturers on human rights and reject stoking block accommodation in the name of human rights. So I find this our position. Thank you.
Ambassador, we've come to the end because of our time. I'd like to thank you
Yes,
very
yes.
much. And you know, I did promise that I will come to cook you the oil down. I will still come one of these days
Sure.
to cook you the oil down.
Thank you for that. The oil down is important. Your national food. I enjoy it very much.
Yes,
Thank you for that.
So I will come down to the residence to cook an oil down for you one day.
Oil down together, okay?
Yes, we'll do
and
that.
Remember, my listen, welcome you anytime for Chinese food, okay? Genius Chinese food in my lessons, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, my friend.
Take care, Ambassador. Have a wonderful day. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Right, great.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Good. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Stay with us, friends. I'll be right back.
Clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfectant Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra-soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at here, basically a whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Ozone Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Ozone Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Ozone Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carricker. Good morning, PD Martinique. To friends in the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. 107.9 in Fun City, Brooklyn. They're looking at you now, Carl, with that stern kind of look, with a smirk on your face. It's not really a smile. They know you're smiling. Good morning to the listeners of Real, and thank you so very much again to the Chinese Embassy for affording me the opportunity to speak to, chit-chat with their ambassador. You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay. We got somebody at line. Let me take this call. Good morning. I have something I want to read. I want to quote for you. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Mrs. Jacob, good morning. How are you doing?
Well, last week before. My lad, I never, ever, ever know tomatoes the acid. 75 going in 75 years. I never know tomatoes the acid. But that's Sunday. But I eat some big tomatoes. 4 of them, eh?
Yeah, well, you need to do better than that.
But I didn't know. I was eating tomatoes, but that's Sunday.
But you better now.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better about the head.
Well, don't worry, you'll be good. But it's just that a couple of people are concerned about you, and I'm glad to know that you are up and about.
Yes.
And keep us posted on how you're feeling, okay?
Yes, my dear sweetheart.
All right, darling,
And
take care.
My darling Prime Minister by your side.
Yes.
He's the Prime Minister from today.
Oh. All right, Miss Jacob, take care.
Yeah, take care.
Good morning.
All right, take care, Miss Jacob.
Love.
All right, much love.
Bye-bye. Right, great. Okay, Carl, I said I wanted to read something for you. And it's I'm quoting here. When bombs rain down on Beaujeu and bitterness flowed like the paradise, we heal the wounds of intervention to bounce back with our pride and our dignity intact. This period, and in particular the pension issue, presents another defining moment in our history that we as a nation must face together. That is the crux of the entire speech last evening, as far as I'm concerned.
Am I allowed to add something?
Sure, by all means.
If you do it to the least of my brother,
you do it unto me. Why do you add that?
Because that was there in his speech last night, and that grabbed me by the scruff of the neck. You know, to get to that level, if you've done it to one of my brothers, you've done it unto me. It's ordinary. In the context of the speech tree. The detailed way of the situation presenting us with the pension issue. If you listen to the speech last night, you should get an appreciation as to the task in treating with pension and not just the issue of running with emotions and so forth and trivializing it down to the ruling and even elements of the ruling. I don't think it's properly considered. The court made a ruling to restore the act, but the workings of restoring it is the acid testing.
Basically, that too, and there's something that the Prime Minister spoke about also, Carl, and he said that the government also introduced in 2003, I think it was.
Yeah.
He says in 2003, a special pension act.
Yeah.
For people who were hired prior to 1985, that is before 1985, and who by virtue of their employment status did not qualify for public sector
and I know of such people,
Right. And he said that this act was not considered
in the judgment
by the judge.
And
it needs to be considered.
But even the judgment in itself creates a situation, as explained last night, of parallel pension to earn. Because the judgment, in my view, did not address the elephant in the room, NIS.
We've got a call. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald and Mr. Clayton. Good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Scott, good morning.
To all the Grenadians, home and abroad, Mr. Watts, Patty, everybody. I just say good morning and good morning to the Prime Minister. Wonderful speech last night. I didn't understand everything, but there's certain things I understand, and I give him an A. And you know, sometimes, Mr. Donald, when I look at that man speaking, for all that man speaks there, you know, he's drinking some water. After he don't speak, they bring some water for the man. God bless that man. I don't know why we as Grenadians, we have some that hate the man for what? What he done? What he done to y'all? He asking for to come together. He said in his speech last night that they having meeting and they inviting the union. And then people not coming to the meeting, but they come in and say all the things that people don't know. So he's begging them for peace. Just get together. So I don't know when this union man and this other woman in the public service, Ms. Hazard and all of them, they're not going to meetings to listen, to have some agreement, and they're just doing what they want. God is in control, people. God is in control. I'm sorry for the Prime Minister that man had to go through all these things in this poor country. You have a mother, you know. I don't know why. I don't know what it is they want, but victory, said the Lord. Have a good day, Grenada, and you and Smith, good morning, darling.
All right.
I'm home now.
Take care, love.
Mr. Donald, I get one big pumpkin in me other boy. I get a few small ones, but I get a big one. I sure getting about $30-40 for this thing.
You didn't see it before?
Yes, he been there when I said he's a good one. The guy that come to help me paint a little place I have, they tell me, Mr. Me, the pumpkin goes, and if I leave it, somebody might go to the pumpkin. Yes.
Well, that's good. So, I'm happy you got it.
Yes, and Miss Ben, good morning, sweetheart. Have a good day. Mr. Clayton, morning again.
Morning,
you have a wonderful day. And
be safe.
Yes, I'm trying. A man just come up to me yesterday morning when I reached it to Andre. I don't know the mister. And the man just kind of, what are you watching me for? But I hold my peace.
Yeah, hold your peace.
I say one word.
Hold your peace.
Honestly, and I don't know the mister. One big strapping man. He have a mask in his face. And he asked me that twice. So I don't know why they're targeting me, what it is I've done. But all the other NNP, you know, I thank God I come on the NBC. As NNP, I know where to go. Have a good day.
You too, my love. Take care.
Them when they come, they go stay in the road.
Take care, Carl.
Yeah, they go stay in the road. I won't go stone them, they go stay in the road.
Take care,
get the message.
Take care, Teresa. Okay, Teresa.
Good morning.
Bye-bye. Carl. $120 million per year. That's what the increase would be, yeah? For the next 37 years, you know.
You have to find 10 million every year extra, every month. And what is instructive to note, the same revenue stream, the country...
I'm glad the Prime Minister pointed out to people last night that, hey, whether or not we take loan to pay it, he didn't say so in so many words, right? But whether or not we take loan to pay it, or we get it from the consolidated funds,
or we sell place to pay,
or we sell thing, it is going to impact the nation. It is on everybody.
Yes.
It's not just the public servants ain't just paying themselves, you know.
No, we
the people,
yeah.
All of us. And hey, if they have to get it, they have to get it. That is not the issue. But what you must understand is that we have to pay for it. Do you understand? We have to pay for it. In doing so, unless you can dig up Port Royal and get some treasure. You know Port Royal, right?
Yeah.
That is, isn't that how they call the place? In the Mang?
Yeah.
In how you call the place there? Help me now, man.
The Savory place.
The Savory place, yeah. If they could dredge there, they
Port
might
Louis.
get Port Louis, not Port Royal, Port Louis. They dredge there and they get some Spanish galleons.
Yeah.
That's the only how. Other than that, we paying it. Remember that. And I don't believe that the Grenadian people have anything against people getting their pension.
But you see, how the pension issue is being explained by some makes it look like Dr. Kit Mitchell and the NNPO people pension.
Exactly. No,
and they don't making it in its truest form that the country, we the people, whatsoever pay the people, and they saying pay the people their money, we have to be part of paying the people their money.
It's not like he have it there and he holding it back, you know.
And you're hearing kind of innuendos like we want to see what he will do now. Even if he's not here, as he indicated, he won't be here for the next amount of years. This money and them have to pay.
Right?
So what will happen should the opposition forces get into governance? The union will tell them, no, we don't want the money again. Yeah. That's the narrative they're trying to push in.
It's like the opposition would not have to find the money, but Kit Mitchell do something wrong, so he got to find it. That is what it is, you know.
And now the figures have been spoken of. We understand the task to find those funds. And with that said, Dre, looking at the two team going forward to the upcoming election, which team is more capable of finding their funds? Not them rookie and them.
Grenadians are supposed to be educated people who are politically smart. So look at it and tell me, how would you fare? How would things go if you take the country and you put it in the hands of a rookie prime minister, okay? And everybody else. The only person, well, there are only two persons, Carl, and fix me here if I stray. Tevin Andrews ran before and lost. Joseph Andel ran multiple times and lost. So these are the only two people who have any experience in losing. And you're honestly believing that Grenadians will take the country, the future of the nation, and place it in the hands of rookies? No, well, something had to be wrong.
100, the other part I felt the inclusion of the advisory committee, the persons named in that committee. Was one of inclusion.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Patrick Antoine, I think Dr. Spencer.
Spencer Thomas.
Yeah, this Chief Justice Byron.
Economist Dr. Carrie Grenada.
Yeah, well renowned and respected.
Yeah, Dr. Patrick Antoine.
Yeah.
And former Chief Justice Dennis Byron.
Well revered and renowned eminent jurist.
Dennis. And he did say that is a fifth representative, yeah?
Yeah.
That's going to be named by the central bank.
Yes, Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
Because, you see, and people wonder, why is the central bank coming in on this? Because whatever happens, this is a serious financial situation, eh? And whatever happens, Carl, it's going to affect Grenada's dealings with the central bank. So they must know. Yeah. It is better that they have first-hand knowledge of what is happening.
The monetary union.
The monetary union.
And Dre, it tells you, and we keep saying it here on Real FM, follow the money, and a lot of things will be cleared up. So the ECCB must be an integral part. You see, and that is the crux of the issue, and that is our responsibility in governance. It's not just going and jump up and say, we go pay. We go pay how much? We go pay where we getting it. That's the questions you have to ask. So you have to ask structure to the thing. It's not how we go pay. Not going to make no blanket thing. Oh, we go honor the ruling or the quota and we go pay. How you paying? How much you paying? You know all that?
Where you getting the money? As you asking you the question, where you getting the money?
Yeah.
You asking that question.
But you're telling people you go pay.
You go pay.
You don't put nothing in place. I don't think you expect the man to run down a credit union to help you to get money for you to pay.
You maybe go get money from the credit union?
That amount?
Well, I don't know.
120?
Yeah.
In every year? No, you see, that it comes down to the thing, you know, and it begs a question here, you know, to the Grenadian public, you know. Because after all that he said and all the shenanigans about who have gaff and who don't make gaff and things, it comes down to which team is capable of, one, addressing the pension issue, and not only the pension issue, and while the pension issue is being addressed, continue to provide for the state of Grenada. You can tell the other workers in Grenada by we can't think, you know, because we think we have to address the pension issue. And in addressing the pension issue, which is one that is not an easy issue to address, had it been so, it would have been addressed a long time ago. And the country as a whole ought to continue to prosper, ought to continue to be taken care of. So when you're making these blanket statements and them about if you borrow money to build the stadium, that tells you don't know what's going on. That statement in itself, Dre, tells you who making that statement don't understand the magnitude, one, of the pension issue, and two, how a country operates. If you lend money to buy back Grand Lake, you could. Those statements tells you straight up, it's telling you, are you ready for that thing yet? I don't know what's going on there. And that is the choice the Grenadian public has before them, you know. Because you know, when you vote for NNP, structures have already been put in place. Committee set up. They have to report 3 months from now, so you know where you're going. You have a roadmap. You have a blueprint. As to a bunch of people who just saying, we go make everybody permanent. We go pay. And then, just the fact that This government is one that listens to the cries of the people. And just in December, after listening to the cries, initiatives was taken to cap gas, reducing electricity costs, and so on. And then you who saying you go pay asking, will you go get that money? So on one side of your mouth, you're asking where you go get that money to do things for the country. And then on the other side of your mouth, you're saying, okay, don't worry, you go pay like you have limitless, like your pocket bottomless. You can attract people to even finance your campaign. But you telling the nation you go pay.
You could barely attract people to run.
I just don't get it. You can't even attract because you start to make excuse already about campaign and money. You can't even attract persons to finance your campaign. But you're making bold pronouncement what you go do.
Yeah, you go pay.
And that is the crux of the matter for the Grenadian public, you know. And as outlined last night, even that the government intend to make good on the payment of pension, but it also has the obligation to order persons that we cannot forget the social network program, Andre. Now, in our quest to think out thing and we want the money and we want the money now. And here how the things, who's saying we want the money and we want the money now? Have they ever given consideration for the poor people among us who depends on government? Andre?
You ask questions, and if I could answer, I will answer.
And then the same people who saying they believe in the youth. You want your money and you want your money. You consider how the money is being made to keep the Imani program going? The assistance in education, the assistance medically when persons means cannot afford them to get medication. Is money to get those things, you know, Andre? This thing are not like abracadabra, EPT, PPT, power. They're not David Copperfield and them. This real. So it's not about emotion and who you saying could speak and eloquent and thing.
We cannot and would not use the excuse of the pension challenge to abandon people, especially those who need government's intervention the most.
That is the crux of the matter. Mm-hmm. And there, fittingly, if you do it to the least, you know, he didn't say if you do it to any of my brothers, you know.
To the least.
The book, you know, say if you do it to the least of my brother, you done it unto me, you know.
Uh-huh. We got a caller. Morning.
Hey. Good morning, Brother Andrew.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Brother Carl Keaton.
Morning.
But in this time, when we listen to people speak, you have to be careful what they say, right? Because sometimes they'll forget. They speak in one, and then other next time they speak in they sing another tune. And I do believe you have to sing, continue to sing one tune. Sing a tune of love, continue singing a tune of love. Right? I listened to the Prime Minister's speech last night. It was a wonderful speech. And I always believe unity is strength, and unity will always remain strength. And I also said again that we all have to come together. In not one group of people have to be everybody. Those who are working, those who are working, they have to pay that money. That money for the pension. Okay? So I want to say again, as I said again, whatsoever you do unto the least, you did unto he. Mm-hmm. And also that we are saying that Grenada is a Christian country. If we are a Christian country, we cannot want to achieve certain things, and for some people to suffer for to achieve certain things. But so if you see your brother by the roadside, you give him a helping hand. You might have a problem with your brother. But when life and death, and see somebody, we put aside that you are the person who's speaking, but you have to save the person's life. Mm-hmm. You have to save the person's life. You have to reach out and help people. And I want to call upon you. Let us put aside our differences, that hatred, and let us look at country. It's not what your country could for you, but what you could do for your country.
Most definitely.
What you could do for your country. As the Prime Minister said again, we have to come together. Right? And when you listen to the Prime Minister's speech, the speech is well written, and the speech that we could gravitate to. Right? And NMP party always speak about unity, inclusive. We cannot exclude other people just for some to get. Everyone happy. The government has to look over everyone. And I always say like you have a chef, brother Andrew, and brother Kalkit. If a man come and credit in the chef and he don't work it, you would just give the man the item and he don't work it?
Well, you may, if you believe in him, if you believe that he's going to deliver, then you may give it to him. And also, if he's hungry, you need to give it to him, because if you don't, you're creating a problem in the society. So it's a balance.
Yeah, it's a balance. Okay, I agree. I always say, look, like, if someone come to me and it's true and they really need something, and I will give you.
Yep.
I obviously, like, if someone come and say, boy, leg on lime, and you got 2 beers. I don't drink beers. And someone come and say, boy, I don't have food. I'm hungry and I want to go to school. I want the money to pay the bus to go to school. If it's 2 beers I have to come by, and that person who come and tell me they want $60 or $100, I prefer to give them the $100, because why? It is it's for something good.
It's a good gesture. Yeah.
A good gesture.
Yeah.
So I prefer to spend that money on that food, on that ground.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Later.
Okay, great. Carl?
Andre Donald.
That will not only be immoral, and the Prime Minister was speaking to the immorality as it relates to abandoning people. He said, but it will also be counterproductive and will create imbalance in our society.
Andre Donald, let me tell you something here. And I is one who comes here and speak. And what I speak is facts and reality. When I say character is like pregnancy, it cannot be hidden. Ivan came, NNP was in power, 8-7. The present Prime Minister now reached out to the Congress for unity. They demanded the Ministry of Finance and thing.
They demanded Deputy Prime Minister?
Yes. That case one. The pandemic hit us recently. You never hear this bunch of people come and tell the nation, safeguard yourself and take the vaccination and follow thing. They only jump it up and say, well, I take it. And the rest is your own thing. Every time an issue confront this country, the National Democratic Congress is proving to the people of Grenada that they don't care about them. An issue come of a ruling as it relates to pension. You jumping up and they had a document out. You jumping up and say the government lose. The same seat you want to go and occupy.
So you lose?
You touting the fact that the government lose, and you're joining people and say pay the people. You have to be responsible. Every time the National Democratic Congress gets an opportunity to prove to the Grenadian public that they love them, they foul in it.
Good morning.
Hey, morning, G.
Good morning, sir.
You know, all them who talking about pension, they don't use nearly age for pension yet. But they just quarreling. Well, I don't really not good at it.
You could say that again, my brother. You could say that again.
I mean, guys find that funny. Some of them do it up to 20 years yet, you know. And the thing is 60, you know. But let them jumping up, marching in the road. We want the pension. And they say they're bright, you know.
They're right. They're well right.
Anyhow, have a good day.
You too, my brother. Take care of yourself. One love.
And then after,
Baker Charles,
and after they do all this thing, and election time come, and the result is what it is, they blaming somebody. But they're not taking into consideration what they're doing. So after this election, when the result go be upset, you will hear the same kind of excuse again about who go in Haiti and who go in black clothes, and they never take responsibility. Because every time a situation of national interest, pension is not about politics because it affects the whole country. Now it's time to show how you assemble your team and let that team show the Ghanaian public we understand it is a national issue. It is not one of NNP and NDC. It is one of Grenada. And prove yourself so you don't trying to take jabs at the government all the day, knowing you aspire to be government. You try to understand at best what is the magnitude of the situation. Here is how you come forward and even offer ideas, not run at the mill thing. If you sell to buy that, you could do that, and if you sell that to borrow, how long you continue to borrow? Every year you go borrow 120 million.
But they're the same ones who complain and say government is borrowing too much.
No, but they saying if you could borrow, so that means you should borrow.
Yeah,
Would you borrow 120 million every year?
And from whom? Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Caton.
Yeah.
Good speech last night. Yes. I hope the union leaders listen, and this other one, Jay Bristol, because they would have to face people like Dennis Byron to answer questions. And with that, who sang this the anthem last night?
I don't know. I was not looking at the presentation and I did not pick up the name before.
Okay.
Why?
That is not the way the national anthem is being sung. I've been listening to that since Parish Church Clock was in watch, and last night was a version. I don't know where this version come from.
Well, the question can be asked is whether or not did the person change the words.
Well, yes, how you go change the words on something that is...
No, but did the person change the words?
Yeah.
I'm asking you that.
Yes, they change a few words.
They changed the words?
And making it long. I don't know, man.
No, hold on. You have to understand that if the person does not change the words, then they can bend and twist their voice in relation to the music. The words cannot be changed. But I in my humble seat where I'm at right now, I am seeing that there should be no issue really in variations in relation to the music, because voice can bend this way and that way, but the words of the anthem I don't think that anybody can change. But to twist the music but still remain in the particular key, and then it may not be a problem. I don't know. Somebody else can chime in on that one.
Okay then.
Okay.
And yeah, and listen, man. You see this program? You got a call to find out missing and guess.
Mm-hmm.
The program starts at 6.
Yeah.
But sometimes all 20 past 6, 25 past 6 is when you're just coming on.
Yeah. I there's nothing I can do about that.
Right.
That is the inconsistency of the Bajan people.
All right. No, why I say that? Because you see, I used to be listening to sports news on your station, but they come up with nothing. Just nothing. Sometimes you get the news. I get that sometimes days before, and then you come with a little piece of it. That's
What do you mean, our station or Mason and Guest? Our station. Okay, what is the problem with it? Tell me what is the problem here.
Listen, man, they come up basically nothing in cricket. Half the time, you don't get that days before, and then you come with a little piece of thing as to.
Okay, so
he can't read no news, man. I told him what he already, and he told me to get to him. I tried to get to him, and he just never responded.
Which guy that can't read any news? Which guy?
How you call him?
You mean the gentleman who is reading the sports right now?
Yes, but there's a lady reading now, because I heard a lady on Friday and then yesterday and today.
Okay, so what is it you're really complaining about? Because I'm trying to get one. You're saying that there is a drop in the content. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Good. What else are you complaining about?
All right. Because you see, with the missing and guest thing, you see, if you listen that properly, early, you would get information from there, so you could feed the people on it. Because not everybody would probably listen to that.
So you're saying that the news department should be taking stories from Mason and Guest. That's what you're saying.
Yes, they could. Yes, they could pick up information from there, so they could make the sports news with more base, with more balance on it.
Balance.
Base then.
What is
more substance then?
Oh, more substance. Okay. Is it possible that you may call in at times and tell us about different things that are taking place so that we can now cover these things?
Yes, I would.
So why don't you?
Well, a lot of times, and then you call and you can't get there.
That is not true.
That is not true?
That is not true. No, that's not true.
Listen, I called you twice for the morning already, right?
And
you see...
And you called me twice in the morning and...
Yes, well, you see, we can always speak in, you're not cut off. But you see, with Francis Spear, it's a different program.
But so, hold on. Stop right there. What Francis does in his time, he does.
Right.
He has a different format to me. If we accept calls, but I am not going to derail myself and every time a call comes in and I'm in the middle of making a point, do so and cut myself. Francis decides to do that, that's him. Don't come and do so and expect me to behave like Francis or expect Francis to behave like me. We are two different individuals.
All right, I understand.
All right, and let me tell you something. Let me give you one thing. You know, we have two numbers in here. Landline numbers. 442-0975, 442-0175. We hold on. Listen. Listen. We have two WhatsApp numbers. 442-0175 and 442-0975. So there are 4 different ways to reach this station. Use them and stop making false statements that you're calling and you can't get anybody. Stop that.
No.
Don't do that.
I told you.
Don't do that.
I told you I called yesterday evening.
What time yesterday?
It would have been like about 6:05 when the program
6:05?
Yeah.
Bridget. all right. Okay, cool. No problem.
That's when the program starts. 6 o'clock.
We cannot, and I just tell you, it's a program that we carry out. Why don't you just hush and listen? And then you all say how I disrespectful and I rude. Hush and listen. Mason and Guest is a program out of Barbados. We have no control as to the start time. They're supposed to start at 6:15. If they don't start at 6:15, bro, don't blame us. Do you understand?
Okay.
Call Mason in Barbados and say to him, you ain't starting on time.
Okay then.
Right?
I'll call Mason.
Yeah, call Mason in Barbados. Alright?
Alrighty.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Good.
What?
What?
Nothing.
When people tell me that they call here and they can't get through, a bunch of jokers. Good morning. Lost the caller there. I want to sing. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andre.
Yes, Mr. Bridgman.
Yeah. I heard the chairman or the union leader said that the reason why they did not attend the meeting invited by the Prime Minister to speak on the pension matter is because, one, it was advised by the lawyer, and two, the other was too broad.
I take objection in both of them. Because I can't see how you could tell me that you invited to a meeting and the agenda that is on the meeting was too broad. So you didn't go to the meeting because of that. And secondly, because it was advised by your lawyer. And the very same lawyer that represents you in court. And you want to know from the Prime Minister whether or not he's going to appeal the judgment. I think if you want to know that, you should go to the meeting. And two, if the agenda is broad, when you reach there, you can say to the Prime Minister or to the person there that we not intend to speak on X, we not intend to speak on Y, but we're speaking on Q. But you can't, I can't see how you could say that the agenda too broad, so that's why you was not interested to go. I think that is poor representation from the union. And I stand firm on that. I think that's poor representation. You're representing the court's rule in favor of the union, and the government say we want to discuss the matter. And you are refusing to discuss the matter with the government because you won the case. I don't see that. Because in any case, it is not a matter where you just go, okay, you win the case, so the government has to start next week or tomorrow or 2 years to pay you. It must be discussed matter. And I think the union would have dropped the ball. I am hoping that the Prime Minister said that there is a next clarion call out for them again. I am hoping that good sense prevail and that you go on. Because it's not a situation where, okay, the court says to pay me $500 and next week. So you go in for your $500 next week. You ain't get the $500, you go back to court. I don't think it's a matter like that. Secondly, the Prime Minister's speech last night, I heard a radio station, somebody condemning, saying that the Prime Minister did nothing yesterday. I think that's a broad, very, 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 very high-powered statement that the Prime Minister came up with. He introduced a committee, and the committee comprised of different personnel, including Mr. Antoine, who was about to lead an organization to contest election against him. And he still considered that man in the interest of the state and in the interest of Grenada. And I see that as very good. I think that what the Prime Minister said, they have set every politician, every political party in Grenada to think. Because it is not a situation where government have to find, or the NMP have to find money. It's a situation that any government coming in power have to do the very same thing. Liaise with the people to pay and to get these funds. So I am praising, I am thinking that what the Prime Minister do is on the right track. To set a committee, in other words, you can come and say that the cabinet is going to look at it. A committee is going to set up a broad committee, and that broad committee is going to advise the government on it, and any government coming in power have to do almost the very same thing. Because it's not a situation, still for all, people are still trying to make it look like a situation that is an NMP situation. NMP have to find the money. Well, perhaps the NMP might be there for life. But if not so, this situation have to be a situation where Grenada come out. So not NMP, not NDC. Let Grenada come out on top, because he also said that we are not thinking of just government employee pension. You're thinking right now of every other working person. So the average agricultural worker, the average road worker, that get what they get from NIS now really can't pay. It ain't worthwhile. You have to look for reform for everybody. So I mean, full support of the Prime Minister at this point in time. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh. Come on for air, boy.
The unions.
What about them?
This excuse as stated by Clifford But last time I was on this radio station, we read a communique from the unions. They just said there's no need to go and negotiate. So to make excuse now, something not right. And one of the same, what's instructive to note, Andre, and I said that on the station, all persons who trying to use a position now to jackass Grenada is because they didn't get something. This guy Jimmy, say he went in America and look at some tape and what he see, they asked for some money, so that's why he didn't do it, all kind of thing. These guys, who's interested in? You have to realize not the people of Grenada. He say he gonna look at some tape, and the people ask so much, 1,000 or million or whatsoever, and they can't come up with a fund, so he don't think. And up to now, he can't say what he see on the tape. The judgment come out, right away saying how the thing. So they kind of have this obsession and hoping that the government go appeal to get a forward. And seeing that the government do appeal, it's like it throw a monkey wrench in the plans. So then they're trying to tell the union not to go and speak. It's like a stalling thing. It's like they're looking to punish somebody. But you can't punish one man. You can't use the pension to punish Kit Mitchell, punishing the people, the same people you see you're going and fight on their behalf. But how you acting now, you're punishing them. You're telling the union not to go. When you fully well know you have matters that must be discussed. How to pay, what to pay, how much to pay. What about persons who are not public workers? All these things have to be discussed. So when you tell him not to go, and the agenda too, Brad, it's the Grenadian public you're working against, and they keep working against the Grenadian public. And every time you have election and the result is of what? They say how the people are stupid. But the people are not stupid sense they have. They recognize that you don't mean well for them. So they would never give you the forward. And the Congress, if you continue to just hang on the coattails of this man and them, you're ensuring that you'll be in opposition for a very, very long time. Because, believe it or not, contrary to the view of a few, that people stupid here, people are real sense in Grenada. And they recognize it is the NNP or that ensure they eat our food, or ensure they have bread on the table and take care of the children, and lives and livelihood, and the greater good for the greater number. And they recognize that already. So anytime election time come, it's an easy thing for them to choose. And you don't put yourself in no position to give them headache as to who to choose. They know it's not you already. And every time you have a matter of national interest, you just proving yourself that you're not for the people. You do it in Ivan. They say, come on board. Let it uniting. You want deputy prime minister, you want minister of finance, you want minister of national security, like you just want to stay that coup. Like you just want to take over the country just so. You have thing address independence time. You say now you want to have co-address. When all of those things, the people decide, because when all the thing, one thing all you forgetting, all you lock down parliament. So there's some places that you're interested in. And the people know. When I lock down parliament and don't want to discuss the nation business.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
Okay, sir. Quickly.
Yeah, I need for you all to explain something to me, please. Something I want to try to understand.
Hello? 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 Okay, I guess you'll call back.
The pandemic come, you as a group, speak, let the people understand your thing. You say now, you know you take it, but it's people thing. So every time an issue of national importance come to bear, you prove yourself not to worry.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Something I need to somebody to explain for me. Is the pension people is it contribution people have been making over the years, over the 26, 30 years they work? Have they been making contribution to a particular fund, and now that they retire, the government have to match that?
If you had listened to the Prime Minister last night carefully, you'd have heard he did speak to that.
Yeah.
The pension public service or the public sector pension, the worker does not contribute. The only contribution that is made is in the parallel pension, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
Is to NIS. Yes.
Okay. I understand now. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Good.
That should be a conversation that we need to have here, Carl.
Yes.
Because there's something called the 401k in the US.
Yeah.
And you have to contribute to that, eh?
Mm-hmm.
We are in a very... Our people are in a very fortunate position to be having to benefit from a pension that you're not contributing towards.
And then saying we want money and we want it now.
It's not like if your money was deducted from it. NIS does that. Or it is done for NIS, put it that way. Not public sector pension. Good morning.
Good morning, Andre. How are you doing?
I'm there.
All right, man. Listened to the Prime Minister's address last night, and I was very impressed with the statements that he made in relation to the pension issue. And Sheldon here, just in case my voice ain't, you can't make out my voice because it's a little husky this morning. But to say that, I think that the Prime Minister made it very clear, because strange enough, I have been meeting people, Andre, and the impression among quite a few people out there that's been pushed to them by certain elements out there is that this pension issue is for everybody. You know, there are people out there who are not in the public service, have not spent the required amount of time working in the public service, who believe that they are getting this pension too, you know. And I think we need to make sure that people understand that this only aims towards public servants. And also, I think an important thing that came out last night there was that if you really look at the calculation, and if people really understand what is being said there, you're actually going to have people that are retiring, and when they retire, the amount of money that they're going to be getting at the end of the month is more than they were working for. Because in effect, they'll be getting two pensions. You cannot deny them the NIS pension. You cannot. They've been contributing to that in some instances since 1983 and whenever they started working. So they qualify for the NIS pension, so they have to get that, which I believe the government had raised to 70%. Government was stopping it up to 70% for the public workers, so that they got it at 70%. And that took place in the last couple of years, up from the 55, I think, to 70%. And now, they're also going to receive the 1958 pension. Now, nobody is begrudging the money. Nobody is begrudging that the fact that people who have worked hard in the public service, I mean, you have ambulance drivers, you have people who work in the healthcare sector, you have police officers, and people that work in the fire department, different things. People who have worked for a long period of time, they deserve their pension, you understand that. But I think the impression that's been given out there is that the government somehow doesn't want to pay, and not understanding that, hey, it can be paid. I even saw somebody making a statement that, oh, the figure moved now from 1.2 billion to 400 million. Total lack of understanding of what was presented last night. It's just like that individual was just looking for something to jump on. The 1.2 billion was the last estimate of how much money it's going to cost overall. What the Prime Minister mentioned with the 400 million last night was an immediate payment. That is what is payable and due right now. That has to be paid right now. And just a simple thing like that. I think some people were just looking for things to argue and cuss about and complain, because some of them was looking for the date last night, Andrew, to be honest with you.
What date?
Some of them was looking for a date last night.
Yeah, well, that was talking.
What date?
They were looking for the election date last night. There's people looking for that.
No, you see, and then again, I always say that people need to follow what's happening. Mm-hmm. The Prime Minister was closer on Sunday to mentioning the date than he was last evening. He was so passionate on Sunday that at one point in time, I'm like, okay, Keith Mitchell, go and say it. Say it. You want to say it, say it. You know, that was on Sunday. But last night, from the time that speech started, I knew he was nowhere near that date.
Andre, in the meeting in Dunfermline, the Prime Minister on the platform made the exact statement that he will be doing a national address on the pension issue soon.
Yes,
He said within the next week or so, he will be doing an address on the pension issue. Day before, a press release was sent out from the office of the Prime Minister saying that he's dealing with the pension issue. Now you have some people that are jumping up and talking about, oh, why he didn't call the date, why he didn't call the date. And I don't think they really want him to call the date, because if he were to call the date now, I mean, trying to get them a little fighting chance. He's telling them the entire process. He know he's dealing with some inexperienced people, so he's trying to get them a little fighting chance. He's telling them exactly how the process goes, what needs to be done, and so on. And I agree with you. At a point in time when I hear him start to go down that road, I say, well, between like the man going and tip for that bell. But they have to listen carefully to what he said. But some of them, they pay so much attention. They're under alive, and the only thing they're there to do is to try to distract people from what is taking place. Or the only intention that they're there for. I mean, you have a whole meeting on Sunday. The Prime Minister was able to talk about housing. And I don't think much people paid attention to the statement that Prime Minister made on Sunday in relation to housing and that new trust towards housing, not just the houses that our good friends the Chinese have given to us and that type of housing, but moving to the middle income and upper middle income type of housing. The police officers and the teachers and the public servants and people who are working in middle management or upper management in places that want to build a house and can't find that system under the present system to get a house, who may want to get one. So it is giving them the opportunity to be able to get a house as well. So that and not necessarily building a house in a housing scheme, but putting a house in a place where they are able to, like for instance, they have their own land and they would like to get a house, giving them that opportunity. And even Honorable Pamela Moses, she spoke about housing as well. Two very big announcements there in relation to housing. Because any member of parliament will tell you, if 10 people go to the office this morning, 8 of the people is in relation to housing. Well,
9.
You would even say 9. I wouldn't doubt
I've been there, so I could speak on it.
Yeah, it's housing. If it's not to add on a bathroom or toilet or an additional room or some material to do some repairs, it's for a total house. You have a lot of people that want to move out of their parents' home and so. And what Prime Minister was laying out there was a blueprint for exactly how they would be able to do that. So the young person that's at home right now and they want to go out on their own, instead of having to go and rent, that money would be going in instead towards paying for the house that they would eventually own, and not just in the housing schemes, but outside of that, their mother or father may give them a piece of land, their uncle, grandfather may give them a piece of land. So you don't want to go in the housing scheme, you have your land, you want to remain in the community. So that government would be able to assist you to build there, and instead of you going and you're paying rent. And when you look at the rent in the south of the island right now, and you see the kind of prices that there, instead of going and pay that kind of money for rent.
You're paying a serious mortgage?
You're paying a mortgage off. At the end of the day, the house is yours. Instead of you just paying and you have nothing to get, at the end of it, you just have to move and go somewhere else. That is what Prime Minister spoke about. Instead of that, people jumping up on, oh, somebody make a mistake, oh, somebody make a mistake, oh, somebody make a mistake. As if people don't make mistake in every political party, in every part of the earth. People don't make mistakes when they're talking, so what? They made a mistake.
Small things attract small minds.
Well, exactly. But
I don't even know why you.
They didn't hear when she spoke about. They didn't hear when she spoke about housing and that sort of thing.
That is what you should be speaking about, Sheldon, and not necessarily anything to do with what you just said. I'm not even going to mention it. We need to do
I want to housing, brother.
Yeah, we need to stick to the positives. Stick to the message. That is not the message.
What Sheldon? What message that came off that platform,
That's
and
correct.
I think a lot of people did not pick up on it. And I think I blame myself, and I blame others who are within the organization for not ensuring that message gets out there and stays out there.
But the other thing about it is, Sheldon, what you are saying about housing, it is very, very important. Because if you look at the way the government is even in his speech last night, he addressed, he assured the Grenadian public that although the challenge of pension is what it is, he is not ready to abandon all those other things, including housing.
No, you can't. In fact, remember Prime Minister mentioned last night this project to eliminate poverty. And instead of joining with him and saying, well, yes, this is an issue that we need to address, especially with the world economy heading the way it's heading, so you're going to see increased prices and so on. So we need to ensure that there's survivability in the Grenadian economy and among Grenadian households and so on, which is the line that the Prime Minister was speaking along over the next few years, putting a couple $100 million into that area to help develop the areas that may be a little poorer areas into a middle income and eventually bringing up the standard of living at these individuals, but also making sure that they can have sustainable living. Not everybody has to go and work with somebody. You could open a business and you might even make more money working on your own than going and look for a job with somebody. And making sure that you give these opportunities to as many people as possible. All of that fell into what he was speaking about last night when he spoke about alleviating poverty. Instead of joining with him, you have people jumping up and saying all sorts of nonsense. And as Andrew does say, sometime when a tree fall in the forest, you don't matter go say. So I ain't going to repeat the nonsense.
But come on, you kind of damaging my ears, man.
I ain't say what I say. I just say they say nonsense.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to know.
But that is the important areas that I picked up from last night. And also that the burden is on all of us. At the end of the day, this is not a Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell thing. This is not a thing for only Honorable Gregory Boyne or whoever. This is something for each and every Grenadian.
Take care, sir, brother.
And we have to understand that. Thank you very much, brother.
Wonderful. It is real, 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Final comment from you as to what you took out of the speech last evening, because I have a bomb.
The nation wouldn't be abandoned.
That's what you take out? Yeah. 100 million or 100,000.
100 million for 100,000.
Yeah. Greater good for the greater number.
The future bright.
Future bright. I want to say something, but I wouldn't say it.
You'll say it Friday.
No, I'll never say it. I'll be arrested if I do. So I ain't gonna say it. Goodbye. God bless you. Take care.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk?
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. which direction you're going. You gotta be careful.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family,